Hi, this is Harry Forbes from ARC Advisory Group. I'm here at the 2018 ARC Orlando Forum, and my guest is Jerry O'Gorman from Advantech B+B SmartWorx. Jerry, welcome to Orlando.
Hi, Harry. How are you?
I'm great. Listen, Jerry, we've seen a lot of products come out these days with kind of partnerships of hardware, software, and all kinds of different companies. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing in that space?
Yeah, so, partnerships have always been very important to us, whether that was your traditional channel partners, etc. But one initiative that we're very focused on at the moment is ultimately being predominantly a hardware supplier. We're very focused on attaining access to a systems integration channel that has subject matter expertise in a particular vertical and a great knowledge around that vertical. And one of the methods we're using to attain that is by partnering with some software solution companies that completes our solution. And in many cases, software being the leading piece of the solution, they generally have a very good system integrator channel. So an example of that at the moment is we've teamed up significantly with Inductive Automation for their Ignition platform. And we've loaded and preloaded their Ignition Edge software into our hardware. We've undertaken a variety of standard protocol conversions that allows us to seamlessly integrate with their systems. And we're doing similar partnerships with people like Kepware and OSI Soft.
Well, this kind of leads into the topic of the edge computing products, which is where a lot of these things are positioned. And that's an exciting area where this kind of product is being introduced. So what is kind of your edge play?
Yeah, so we've always played at the edge of the market. When B+B SmartWorx started out in this industry, we always provided edge connectivity devices. So we're predominantly in the connectivity space. We see our role as connecting to data sources, whether they're intelligent machines with intelligent interfaces, and dealing with the multitude of legacy protocols that exist there, and translating that data up the stack to an analytics back-end package where people can really access the value of the data. And we obviously want to transfer that data securely and reliably through the stack. In recent years, we added to that whole thought process by developing a series of wireless. Sorry. Okay.
Just again, in recent years.
Okay. In recent years, we developed a series of wireless sensor networks, and the whole purpose of these is to access data that is not coming from an intelligent machine or a device. But to add value to this data, we've started to put a lot of intelligence at the edge with our edge gateways that allows this data to be aggregated, filtered. There's quite a lot of expense involved in transferring data over cellular networks, etc. So we want to only transfer valuable data, not just all the raw data. So intelligence at the edge is a really, really important element of what we do.
And one of the things that we see when you get into these edge systems is the kind of IT-OT convergence in action. And how do you see kind of the IT versus OT split for the edge? Yeah. And what's your take on that?
Our take on it is actually something we're extremely familiar with, because in our array of products, we've got some products that would be traditionally the preserve of IT. So we've got cellular routers, which are layer 3 networking devices. We've got industrial Ethernet switches, which would normally be publishing SNMP type protocols, which are always used by the IT department. In more recent years, we've added more value for OT people by layering in, for example, we're using MQTT as a protocol. We're using the Sparkplug-B MQTT on our Ethernet switches, which allows the information about the network to now be transported to an OT system, a SCADA system, and the OT people can derive their valuable information about the status of the network, which was normally the preserve of the IT department only.
Well, you talk about value. How do you find people that can most of the time identify the ROI from these kind of IoT investments?
Yeah, so ROI is obviously really important, and we've developed this concept of solution-ready packages, SRPs. So with our wireless sensing products and our gateways, we're providing out-of-the-box packages, for example, HVAC monitoring, machine condition monitoring kits, temperature monitoring and energy monitoring kits. And out of the box, we've got the sensors, the sensor nodes, the wireless sensor nodes, and a gateway with sufficient analytics built into the gateway using an embedded Node-RED capability. And that allows the customer to very quickly start accessing data from stranded data sources up to now, and deriving value from that data and proving out their return on investment, the proof of concept, for a minimal initial outlay. And then once it comes to scale-up phase, we want to involve our system integrator partners and usually a higher level analytics program like an Ignition or something like that.
So I would say, from my perspective, the kind of perception that I would have had of your company in the past of being much more hardware-oriented is a little bit obsolete these days.
Of course, yeah, because we don't want to become commoditized through a hardware-only philosophy. We want to deliver solutions, but very often we want to do that in a partnership form. We're not the single truth in this situation. We need partners, and by having those partnerships, we can bring a lot more value. Well,
this is an exciting area. Jerry, I appreciate your time. Thanks very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
This is Harry Forbes from ARC Advisory Group. My guest has been Jerry O'Gorman, President of Advantech B+B SmartWorx. Thank you for watching.